Building on the creative foundation. There is no other foundation that God is going to lead. If anybody is looking for any other foundation, it's a big mistake, because there's no any other foundation that has been laid. The foundation has been laid. Really want everyone to understand that there is no any other foundation. The apostles and the prophets were the foundation. The apostles and the prophets. And what is the meaning of the apostles and the prophets? That is the Old Testament, the New Testament, and then the Old Testament. The New Testament and then the Old Testament. They are the foundation that has been laid, which we build on. We build on it. We build on apostles and prophets. And there will be no any other foundation. There will be no other foundation except that two foundations of the Old Testament and the New Testament. And that's, you are on the wings of this foundation. The wings, wing is kind of like two, kind of like that. And then you are on the wings. You are on the wings. And Jesus Christ, the chief cornerstone. The foundation is built, and Jesus is the chief cornerstone. And you are on the wing of the apostles and the prophets. The apostles and the prophets. The apostles and the prophets. So if I'm on that wings, I shouldn't get out of the wing, because I will fall down. When I come out of that wings, I'm going to fall down. When I try to come out of that wing, I'm going to fall down. So the wing is, when you open your Bible, you see New Testament and Old Testament. You see Matthew, and then you see Malachi. And you are on this wing. You are on these wings. The Malachi and the New Testament. You are on that wing. And you are not allowed to come out of this wing, because then you are going to fall down. So it's kind of like a wing. You can see it's like a wing. So, and that is the wing. And this is inside, and this wing is flying. Hallelujah. It's flying up. It's going up. It's going up. It's blessing, it's glowing up and carrying you and I up and taking us up and taking us up. The prophets, the apostles, and the prophets. And you are here. So, and when you drop this book, then you are out of the wing, and then you are done. God forbid. Amen. So, which means, on eagle's wings means I am inside the both New Testament and Old Testaments. I'm inside both New Testament and Old Testaments. Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 20. Ephesians chapter 2 verse 20. Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 20. Bible says, and are built upon the foundation, are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets. Jesus Christ himself being the chief cornerstone are built. So you are building on the works, which is the word of the apostles and the words of the prophets. You are taking your life. You are building your career. You are building your business on these two wings. You are building on it. And it has the capacity to deliver supernaturally. Capacity to deliver supernaturally. So which gives me, you and I, the access to begin to read and begin to take the word that are meant for my situation. Jesus Christ himself started on the prophets. By that time, it's only prophets. And he read the book of the prophet Isaiah. The Spirit of God is upon me. And then he started flying. The man built his ministry on prophet Isaiah. The man Jesus Christ built his ministry on prophet Isaiah. And the man started flying. The man started flying. He started flying. Jesus, as he then his destiny was exposed. You and I need to build on this building. Need to build on this building. Supernatural access. Hallelujah. Amen. Need to build on this building. The natural man cannot create anything. The natural man cannot create anything. Somebody say, what about those people who are creating things? They are creating it by spirit. Is that the spirit of God or the spirit of the devil? Satan tried to create. He said, Bible said that Satan comes as angel of light. He creates himself like angel of light, and people doesn't know it's Satan, so it torments people. So you can discover the people that have a real spiritual, creative spirit. What they create lasts forever. What they create lasts forever. We still enjoy the sun that God creates. How many years? 6,000 years. We still enjoy the sun today. Let there be light. What? And there was light. And nothing is destroyed. So the things that the devil creates, it won't last. Even the devil himself will not last. Amen. Satan himself is not going to last. So how much more what Satan creates? Satan is going to be locked up. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. So if Satan will be locked up, how can you depend on what is given for people to create? They are fake. They are fake. So the right spirit to engage to create durable things is the Spirit of God. Natural man cannot create anything that is of God. Natural man cannot create anything that is of God. They can't create anything that is of God. They can try to make a copy, but it won't last. And that is why he said in the book of last Sunday we read, he said, anyone built on this foundation, your work is going to be tried with fire. Why? Because devil will also try to build it. And there are fake people that say they are that and they are not. So their work is going to be tried with fire. So which means you can't build anything on this foundation naturally and make it exclusive. Why? Because they're going to be tried with fire. That means what you are doing, are you doing it by the Spirit of God or by the Spirit of Satan or by the devil's spirit? And when the fire comes to try them, then they collapse. Natural man cannot create anything. It takes the reception of the new man. The reception of the new man in the knowledge of the image which created us. The knowledge of the new man. The knowledge of the new man. The knowledge of the new man. You see, when you come to Christ, you are natural. And when you give your life to Christ, the natural man will be taken away from you, and then you take a new man, a new spirit. And that spirit is what will be giving you the creative ideas. That spirit will be giving you the creative ideas, how to create your life, how to recreate your words, how to recreate your movement, how to recreate your actions, how to recreate your deeds. They all come by the spirit of the new man in the knowledge of the image of God. So when the image through Jesus enter you, the knowledge of the image through Jesus, when it goes into you, then you start create like God. You create like God. You remember the Herod in the Bible, in the New Testament, in the Act of Apostles, when they make oration, then they said Herod started singing. And then his voice was like God. They've never heard that voice before. God glorified that man. God brought his creative spirit inside him. So Herod was speaking like God. He was speaking like God. So when that spirit of Jesus has entered you, you will also do things like God. What you do will be durable. The wisdom says, hey, come, buy me. Because in me, there are durable riches. Riches that are durable, that endures, that doesn't perish. Generation to generation. Go and see John D. Rockefeller. The empire never destroyed. John D. Rockefeller is still rich. His riches is still speaking. His great-great-grandchildren are still in that riches. It's not, the man doesn't go down. His riches doesn't go down. Put in Google. Say, who is John D. Rockefeller? They will tell you his story and who are alive of his children and they are still making it. His business is still making America great. His empire. What is the beginning of the man? When he was earning $1.50, he gave tithe from $1.50. And they asked him, so why are you giving tithe for $1? Say, if you don't start from the small, when it becomes big, you won't be able to do it. You know, some people say, if I have mulch, then I will tithe. It's lie. George Rockefeller says it's lie. Hallelujah. Amen. The first American billionaire, a Christian, gave $144 million in his lifetime to build churches. Churches. Creates a research to help children. There was sickness by his time that was killing children. I think it's also polio. And create a research. Pay for it. To cancel that sickness. And therefore God doesn't allow his empire to be destroyed. That is creative force. Creative force. People that work in this oil company were blessed. He paid them good salaries. When that new spirit, the new man, and you acknowledge it, you have to acknowledge that now, I am not the old person. I am a new person. So what I'm doing must be different from what I've been doing before. That knowledge must come to you that no, I am not, since I gave my life to Christ, I am not. If you have never come to that, you can do it now. You can just tell yourself, no, I am not what I used to be. I am a new person. So from now, I must be doing things better than what I am doing before. So he said, I'm doing things better than what I'm doing before.
I'm doing things better than what I'm doing before.
That is the creative spirit which allows you to build on that foundation. You build on it, the apostle build on it, and then they are so never been removed. Their church has not been destroyed. They build on it. A lot of people fought to scatter, to destroy. But they were unable to destroy it. Why? Because it is built on that foundation. That foundation is the apostles and the prophets. When you put on the new man, according to the image that God has made you, in the knowledge of Christ, then your knowledge becomes superior. Then you begin to do things that will marvel people. Hey, how did you do it? How did you do it? Creative force. And it's still working. It's a great empire. Let's go to the book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 10. Colossians chapter 3 verse 10. He said, and I put on the new man. You have put on the new man, which is renewed. This new man is renewing, has the capacity to renew. Put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge, after the image of him that created him. We put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge. We put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge, after the image of him that created him. We put on this new man, which is renewed in knowledge, after the image of him that created. In knowledge. I mean, there are deep light in this place. We put on the new man, which is renewed. We have the new man, and he renewed after the image of him that created him. That is the man we put on. It's renewed. And that renewing power is what gives us the full knowledge. The full knowledge of him that created him. So when you know him that created him, then you begin to operate on the level of him that created him. And him that created him creates. Him that created him creates. So which gives you the access also to create, not by your own power, but by the power of the walls, the foundation. The foundation, you are attached to the foundation. You are attached to the foundation, the apostle and the prophets. And then you are creating by that attachment. You are creating. You are creating external creation. You are creating internal creation. You are creating things in the spirit. You are creating spiritual creation. And that makes you solid. Solid. We are put on the new man, which is renewed after the knowledge. Renewed in the knowledge. Renewed in the knowledge. After the image of him that created him. Renewed in the knowledge. So it takes knowledge to be able to be creative. Knowledge. 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 External knowledge, internal knowledge, spiritual knowledge. Knowledge. You put on the new man, that's fine. Everybody has put on the new man, but there's lack of knowledge of what they put on. They don't know what they put on. They just say, I'm a Christian. They don't know what is Christian. They don't know the capacity and the level of Christian. They don't know what people that follow Christ does. They don't know what that image looks like. They don't know what that image was empowered to do. So it takes the knowledge of the renewing man. So this is for you now. You now begin to take the knowledge of who God is and who Jesus is. And by that knowledge, with your new man, you begin to cancel the failure of life, the stagnation of life. Because that new man has never been stagnated. That new man was never sick. That new man was never homeless or jobless. That new man was never, they've never removed him from a city or a country. They tried, but they never deport him. So that new man is all round. Stop deportation. One day they said they want to throw him away from the city. He just walk away from them. No, you can't. And when that knowledge sinks into your spirit, you begin to create your life, your surrounding, your spiritual life. You begin to create. No, this thing cannot happen to me because I'm renewed in the knowledge of him after him that created. I'm renewed. I have this renewed mind. I take this renewed mind, which is renewed in the knowledge after the image. Renewed in the knowledge after the image. Renewed in the knowledge after the image. I'm going to hang on this one very much. Renewed in the knowledge after the image. You know, imagination is image made. You see, at times some people will talk and say, can you imagine that? They want to know if you have that image of that incident or that happening. Can you imagine that? They say, yes, I can imagine it. That means there's an image inside you. After the image. Hey, when they were building the Tower of Babel, they want to go to God. Because there's nothing that these people, that means there's no image that these people are engaged, that they were not going to produce. They are like